Hi, welcome to Research Proposal Writing. In this topic, we will discuss about how to construct a good proposal. Before we can start to write a good research proposal, we have to define the problem first. How to define a problem? In order to define the problem, we must first ask a few questions. What is the problem? Why do you want to solve it? How important is it? How are you going to solve it? What's wrong with the current solution? Whether the current solution is satisfactory or does have any room for improvement that you wish to solve and you think that you can do it better. Research is about solving problems. We construct a good research proposal in order to solve problems. We can have a look at a bigger problem. This is what happened last year in Malaysia, a contamination of river. We also have problem with internet connection for remote area. We have definitely a water problem in Selangor and also COVID-19 issue. These are very big problems, but for the practice purposes, let us just consider small problems that you can solve and practice on proposing, practice on constructing a good proposal. A good research proposal is for you to have a chance to explain the importance of your proposal, the importance of your solution in solving that particular problem. For scientific-based proposal, the basic science must be solid. So in writing a good research proposal, you have to consider who's going to read it, who's going to evaluate a proposal. If it is a scientific proposal for master dissertation or PhD dissertation, then it must be scientifically detailed. But if it is for the purpose of grant application, then you must consider some layman terms. Whatever it is, regardless if it is for a detailed master or PhD dissertation or a grant proposal for a certain innovation, it must be based on a solid science. So with the theories, with significant data, previous data, or with significant statistic data that support your idea. This is basically a general content of a proposal. Definitely a good proposal requires a good and catchy title. The second one, executive summary, because not many people or many people doesn't have time to read the whole proposal. So executive summary is very important to catch the reader. That executive summary must be able to sum up everything, the objective, what you wish to do means the method, what you expect to achieve in a certain period of time. And in a good proposal, the proposal itself must have a comprehensive literature review, followed by a statement of problem, even though the statement of problem seems to be at number 4, but it is the first one that you have to write, that you have to define. You need to be very sure about what kind of problem that you wish to solve. What is actually the problem? Sometimes it does occur that there is a problem in that particular sector, but do you know what is actually the problem? Or people are not, other people doesn't see that problem, and it is not really a big issue to certain people. So the problem will not be the same on certain group of people, on certain places. So the problem probably be unique at that particular area or that particular group of people. So remember, even though statement of problem comes number 4, problem has to be defined first, and we work backward. After you have identified the problem, then you start writing, you start doing the literature review in order to convince you that your solution is solid, good, and will be able to counter any issue or will be able to improve any current solution or any current innovation or any current method that has been used to solve the problem. The next one is to design what to do. Once you have identified and then you know a little bit of background, what has been done, and you have the idea of how to solve that problem or issue, then we start to design the objective based on what you want to achieve. For example, if you wish to solve the problem of monitoring in water reservoir, you need to define or you need to have first what is the general objective. Probably the general objective and you wish to solve is continuous monitoring of water reservoir. And once you have defined the general objective, then you go into specific objective. So the first objective is to study the water reservoir condition. This requires you to interview some people, go to the site, and probably look at what is the current techniques or what is the current infrastructure that the water reservoir have. So is it based on sampling and getting back to the labs, analyzing and so on, how frequent the staff goes there, and how many manpower do they have to observe the water reservoir. It is indeed very helpful if you can directly interview the staff involved in the management of the water reservoir. You can also probably tell them your solution and listen to what they think about your solution. And they might give you a good idea of what to add or what to avoid, since it is not really helpful for them. So it is very good to get feedback from the person in charge in that particular places. If you choose, for example, in this case, water reservoir. So after having studied the infrastructure, the previous technique they are using or the current technique they are using, and you get feedback from the workers, from the management, then you can start to sit down and look at your own solution, and you can start writing your specific objective. So the first objective that you wish to solve, that you wish to achieve within the first 3 months, the second 3 months, the second quarter, and then the fourth quarter. So it's good to divide the objective into quarters rather than having a general objective without any specific or carefully defined according to time objective. Remember, objectives must be measurable. Let's say you want to continue on the monitoring of the water reservoir. So let's say the first objective is for you to design the sensor system. So the sensor system is based on what you have understood the problem from the management of the water reservoir. For example, they wish to have less maintenance, meaning that the sensor system, the sensing system can just be installed there, and the data or the quality of the water reservoir can be observed in the office. This will help to have a continuous monitoring of water quality in the water reservoir, and definitely they need also an alert system if the reading of the water reservoir shows some